some number of large companies have sustainability goals. You have to start now. You have to start saying, okay, we're going to put one metric onto our KPIs. One new KPI. Do it now, because you can't just add a PowerPoint slide later and say, yeah, there'll be enough. That's, our commitment to the environment doesn't matter. And I feel like at some point you're going to be locked out of certain businesses because they're going to say, we want you to be this and you're not this. I think what's going to catch most of us up is when a customer says, here's the standard and you no longer meet it. And so I think it begins maybe in our business with shippers becoming aware that, hey, I could get in big trouble if I'm working with the wrong transportation guys.
Yeah. And it is. And I think, you see it now, NIST, for example, which is the National Institute of Standards and Technology. They have a cybersecurity framework known as the CSF, and it's great. And I love it. And it's out there and it's recommended and people want to do it, but there's no legal requirement that says I have to. There's no regulatory requirement. It's a volunteer based, framework. And yes, it's great, but it's like, I don't think cyber is going to get better if we don't start making changes around you're required to use a framework. You're required to have, the minimum baseline to address risk, or, the minimum baseline to address zero trust, or, the things around identity. And I think that's the piece that we need to get to as a cybersecurity organization, is build what is that center of excellence we want to be.
So is this something that DAT can help me get to?
We can. And it's an area, it's an area I always love to talk to people about, is how do you build the right zero trust within your organization? And how do you think about it from an enterprise architectural standpoint? It's things that I talk about naturally, of course, with inside DAT, is how do we continue to build out what our zero trust maturity model is? And how do we continue to focus on the customer, and without going into, giving up proprietary information, naturally, because you don't want to talk about your cyber posture. It's more of, there are things that we can do to help you, and there are things that I want to do to help you, and how you think about it from an identity standpoint, and how you think about it from an architecture standpoint. But it's an area that, for me, is the one thing I do want to see us change as an industry for freight and logistics, is how do we do zero trust? How do we say we need to do it from a transportation standpoint?
And so what is zero trust for people who aren't not soaking in that every day?
Yeah, zero trust, basically, it's just a strategic investment in your cybersecurity posture that says all users and their devices, it's we untrust them by default until we actually verify it is you. So whether you're dialing in from your phone, Joe, or you're dialing in, or you're accessing through a device, such as your laptop, or, an iPad or some type of tablet, we don't trust you until we've actually verified it's you. So it's really designed to prevent, data breaches, and actually limit lateral movement across an organization until we verify that it's actually you. And you do it based on a session. So like when you log in, it's Joe is logging into a session to start his podcast. I don't trust you until I verified it's you. And so that's the zero trust that you want to get to. And it sounds weird because people are just like, oh my God, it sounds like another layer.
I trust you, Erika. I don't know why you don't trust me.
Yeah, exactly. You should trust me more than anything. But yeah, that's what zero trust really is. And that's really where we need to go is, and it's a piece that I keep challenging our industry, is come help me solve for zero trust transportation. It's going to take our entire industry to do it.